What's going on, y'all? Machiavelli Mills TV. Y'all hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. So I just finished watching an interview, a clip of an interview, not a clip, but a portion of the interview that Comedy Hype did with Tasha K, right? The infamous Tasha K. So John Abba is interviewing Tasha K, and he says, basically, he starts off, he said, I'm going to just come out the gate with it. In the industry, in the entertainment industry, I'm paraphrasing, but he was like, in the entertainment industry, there's a lot of talk about who's gay in the industry and so on and so forth, right? Tasha K comes out and says, well, I don't know who's gay and who's not because I'm not in the bedroom. I'm not watching them do what they do or whatever, right? She says, but I definitely think Shannon Sharpe is. She said, look, the streets are talking and where there's smoke, there's fire. She then goes on to say, I've been around a lot of heterosexual men, and comfortable heterosexual men don't need to always defend their heterosexualness. She says, what's wrong with people labeling you gay? Is it that bad? Why does it hurt you so much? People call me a lesbian all the time. Do I care? I don't give a F. It doesn't bother me just because people want to label me a certain way, because I'm of the industry and associated with the industry. That comes with the territory. She then says, when you're up in Hollywood and you're able to make it up certain ladders and you have a heavy tongue and a lisp, people are going to think you gay, right? So then John Abba says, you think it's the fact that he's associated with the industry? You don't think it's the fact that he's wearing tight jogging suits and he has a small dog and those things like that? And she said, Tasha K goes, oh, the shade, the shade. He says, no, I'm just asking questions, right? And you know what, man? I'm going to say this, man. This where we've come to a strange place in society where a man defending his sexuality is looked at as being closeted gay if you defend your sexuality. Tasha K made the statement that people call her a lesbian all the time and she really does not care. But like I said before, I'm not going to speak for all women, but I know a lot of women who kind of really are laissez-faire. They don't really care about what people label them as far as sexuality goes. They're kind of like, they care, but they don't. It's a lot of women who really don't, they're not going to snap if somebody think they're gay, right? It's some women who really are going to snap, and some women who be like, whatever, I don't care. It's not, I know it's not true. Men are completely different. Most men, I'm going to say, I'm not all men. Most men that I grew up around, especially in the ones I grew up around in Chicago, Illinois, even in Mississippi, right? The men that I grew up around, they care about their sexuality and how people view them as their sexuality. If you're going, they don't want to be mislabeled as gay, right? And it has nothing to do with them actually being gay. It's like, no, I'm not gay. Don't put that label on me. I'm not going to be labeled as that. You know what I mean? And they have a right to defend that. If somebody called me gay, I'm going to defend it staunchly. I don't give a fuck. Like, you can, I ain't never been gay in my life. I've never had any interest in a man in my life. I've always been romantically, physically interested in women all the way around. You hear me? From when I was an itty bitty boy. I remember I watched striptease for the first time. It's something went over my spirit. I was a little bitty boy. I probably like 3. And it been on and popping since then, right? Despite me knowing that and people around me knowing that, if somebody come out and say I'm gay right now, I'm going to defend myself. Like most men are going to do that because it's important to us. You know what I mean? It may not be important to you, Tasha K, but it's important to a lot of men that how we're viewed sexually. If we're not in that, if we're not in that community, why we don't want you to say that we are. And that doesn't mean he has a problem with gay people or nothing. It's just, no, don't mislabel me as something that I am not. And we're coming to a sad time in the world where now that a straight man isn't allowed to say, I'm not gay, I'm straight. And when you defend your sexuality, it makes you suspect. This where we at. That's where we at with it, for real. For real, dog. Come on, man. Knock it off. Knock it off, man. Like, you know, I always found that crazy. Oh, why he getting so mad? Because and especially in an industry where men are constantly emasculated on a regular basis. Black men have been emasculated all throughout the times. Most men who are straight care about being labeled as straight. You hear me? They don't want to be mislabeled. Especially if you know what I mean, with the history of black men being emasculated. No, I'm not going to let you think that I am and I'm not. I'm going to always defend myself. and because he's defending himself, he gay. That don't make no sense. Then she talk about the brother having a lisp and, you know, a heavy tongue. He's a Southern brother from the deep South, right? He from the deep South, man. Like, he's not from Chicago, you know, even though he was born in Chicago, right? He was born here, but he been gone from Chicago since he was in the months, right? Raised with his grandma and them in the deep South. He's going to have a heavy drawl, an accent. Some brothers have a lisp. It is what it is, man. You know what I mean? And it just, to me, it just, people trying to reach. And Tasha K, she's been in some trouble before with allegations with Cardi B and Cardi B going at her because of certain things she said that was misinformation, right? And how Cardi gave her a warning and Tasha K still stood on all 10 about something that was really minuscule and something that should have been thrown to the wayside and it should have been discarded, right? Some misinformation from Cardi about Cardi B should have been, it was an apology should have been issued and it should have been, the videos should have been discarded. But she remained proud and stood on those. And I feel like, I mean, she said allegedly, but I feel like in certain ways, Tasha K hasn't really learned her lesson involving those things. But nonetheless, let's get back to what was being said. Cause she spoke about, Shannon had a gay stylist and his stylist was having all his jewelry on and he was having these expensive clothes on and all of that. How is he able to pay for that stuff? Shannon is giving that to him like a gift that a man gives to his woman, like a man gives to his girlfriend. Shannon was gifting him this jewelry and these clothes and all that. How do you know the man worked for Shannon? How do you know what Shannon was paying him? How you know what Shannon pockets are like? Oh, I know it ain't on the regular. He can't get that on the regular salary. Shannon probably more than likely was not paying him a regular salary to style him. And a lot of times celebrities be having so much of stuff, they give stuff away to people on a regular, right? Listen, my homie not even a celebrity. He played 1 year in the NBA, played a lot of time overseas, made some really, really great money. But when we were in college, when he was in college, we were both in college at the time. We went to two different schools. He would have so many pairs of gym shoes that he would just get. He would get so much free stuff a lot and so much stuff that he would just have to buy and all that. He would just give me and his brothers and some other friends of ours clothes, shoes, all that. Every pair of Jordans I've owned came from my homie. I don't buy Jordans. He just gave it to me. You know what I mean? So what make her think that Shannon wouldn't just hand stuff out to people that work for him? Hey, I don't wear this no more. Here you go. I don't wear this. Or what make her think Shannon not paying these people around him handsomely? You see the bags that he potentially getting to from the Cat Williams interview, right? And he lets you know, what if you think I got 2 million times that by three times it. You hear me? So he get into a bag in a major way. And Club Shay Shay been going on for a long time, right? He able to pay some folks some nice pennies. So to try to insinuate, he got that jewelry and the nice clothes because Shannon is treating him like a boyfriend of his. That's just crazy, man. You know, and a lot of people want Shannon to, I feel like people want Shannon to be gay. Like, especially because, that would probably give an explanation for why his podcast doing so well. Well, Shannon got gay tendencies, so that's why Club Shay Shay has taken off, because he asks questions that a gay man would ask. He doesn't ask questions that a straight former athlete would ask. That's why it's doing so well, because he's gossipy like a gay person. They try to use that gay stuff to give credibility to why Shannon Sharpe's podcast is doing so well, because Shannon messy. When Shannon don't be asking folks. Now the team might put up some clips that are the most like provocative clips, of course, to get people to watch the interview. But when you watch the interviews, these people he asks them a question about somebody, or sometimes he don't even ask questions about people. They just bring people up and they just go on rants, and Shannon hears them out and let them speak their piece. But others like Tasha K now want Shannon to be gay as an explanation to why Shannon is now her competition in that field. Why he's now competing against her and outdoing her in certain fields. You know what I mean? When How's this professional athlete outdoing me? He don't handle gospel the way I do. Well, he got to be gay. That's why he doing so well, because he gay. That's why he know how to do these interviews well, because he gay. To explain their failures and his successes.